I do apologize for the clickbait. However, I have to get your attention on this particular topic. Well, this video is going to be a lot more soft tone. I didn't really want to have to address this issue again, but for some reason it won't let me go, man. Even when I'm looking at something clearly unrelated, it comes up again. Now I'm seeing more and more African American YouTubers talking about, look, man, you all need to support me, man, because the Patreon, we've been giving you all, on the street, hands-on deck information. We got to get your support out here because this is what we're doing is very important, man. And I understand what you're saying, man. I really do. But what's really amazing is you guys are some of the same people who were criticizing the people for giving money to the pastors, selling them pies in the sky, which is true, some of them. But what are some of you guys really doing? Realistically, breaking down news stories that already exist? Well, I guess I will put my hat in the ring. There is a donation button on my particular site. I've never told you guys about it, but if you go on the main page, there's actually a PayPal button there. If you donate, you donate. You don't donate, you don't donate. To tell you the truth, I had this site up for over 5 years now. I've never gotten a donation. Never asked for one. The PayPal button is there in the main page, but I never asked for one. I never advertise it because I'm not really about that. I'm really just trying to get the information out there. What I'm doing, anybody can do. This is not great. Requires a great amount of skill and knowledge. Yes, we all have a personal twist on it, but to guilt someone into donating to you, that's the same thing the preacher does. God said you must donate. If you don't donate, you're going to hell or your soul's going to be in purgatory. It's the same thing, man. Giving, God's going to bless you if you give. Which we all know doesn't happen. You have to understand your audience. You keep comparing them to European people. I keep telling you over and over and over and over again. At what point are you guys going to get it, man? You are not European, which means your audience is not European, which means you cannot compare African people to European. Yes, I understand African people spend money and lots of money in apparel, hair care and all that. So I understand that, believe me. But I keep trying to explain to you, if you don't get it to their minds, their mind is conditioned one way. And to really change that type of condition, it's going to take some time. And you trying to guilt someone into donating to you, man, that ain't gonna work. What I don't understand is what my mother always told me and other elders along the way in my life. Don't spend all your money one time. Always save some of your money for a rainy day. So with that being said, I wonder, when you guys are making money over the years and over the past months, what do you do with it? I mean, do you think it was going to last forever? Don't you know the rule number one in any investment? You can't put all your money in one investment. You know the old saying, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. How you solely depend on YouTube as a source of revenue. That's your only source of revenue. I know some of you guys are hawking your t-shirts and your tea mugs and your coffee mugs and your hats. And I know some of you guys are hacking that kind of stuff. But still, you're still depending solely on social media. Didn't you think about branching out into anything else? I'm just wondering. Again, these are questions that I always ask myself. So now, when myself and many others are talking about this type of serious support and financial issues, many of you guys are covering a lot of redundant topics that have already been debated to death. I mean, pretty much they're already in a sarcophagus. But for some reason, y'all keep digging them back up. Realistically, a lot of you guys are not covering anything new. It's just the same regurgitated information over and over and over and over again. Then you got the segments who want to complain about the European, call them all kind of names, males and females. I mean, and these people come up with all kind of creative names to call them, and Caucasoids and all kind of stuff. But what y'all fail to realize is you are on the Europeans' platform. Do you get that? If you can't see the comedy in that, you're on their platform complaining about them on their platform. And when they start pulling the ad revenue, you're complaining about that also. What do you think was going to happen? You really think that was going to last forever? Somebody's going to take that type of insult over and over and over and over, and you keep benefiting from it over? Come on, man. Come on. At some point, you're either going to finish the race or you're going to get off the track at some point. And like I said, this is really comical to me. I'm seeing video after video. People saying, you got to donate, man. You got to go ahead and get Patreon. One guy complaining, I have over 100,000 subscribers and I only have 4 Patreons. Only 4? This stuff is comical. I keep telling you guys, y'all need to go into comedy. This stuff is comedy gold, man. One guy, I can say all the stuff y'all talk with the preachers, man, but y'all turn right around and do the same very thing. And I'm only gonna make videos for my Patreon subscribers, you know. That's what make. Well, who's gonna win? If you don't have that many subscribers, Patreons or supporters, and you only make videos for them, then which means if you're trying to get your voice to a larger audience, and only have a small segment who are actually willing to pay for it, then realistically, if your goal was getting your message out, then you really wouldn't get it out. But if your goal was to make money and make this a full-time thing, then I guess you will somewhat break even. And to talk about buying equipment needed to make videos and stuff, man, listen, you are not the only one that had to purchase equipment. Like any business endeavor, you have to make sure you have the money for it. And so you have to make sure you have the proper return on investment. So at one point, I take it you was getting the proper return on investment. That's why you keep acquiring more and more equipment. If I'm going by what you're saying, I'm just taking you at your word. I don't know you from a can of paint. However, the fact that you didn't save your money, then you might be a bad steward when it comes to money, or you just got lazy and figured, well, this is going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. But again, trying to begrudge your supporters into supporting you, that's not a good look. Also, when I keep talking about economics, I say a lot of African Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I don't think a lot of you understand the gravity of what that means. It means that if any little thing goes wrong in their life, they're in a problem. If that car breaks down, they have a serious problems on their hand. Okay? Something as simple as maybe having a flat tire where they can't even afford to fix the tire because they might have to buy a new tire. They're in a financial crisis. Something as small as that. Not to mention you have major problems like a transmission going out, an engine blowing or something, because those things happen. Not to mention you got in a car wreck and they at fault. Now they have to spend some money. When you hear paycheck to paycheck, that's a person who is on the margin. Any little thing goes wrong. And some of the jobs some of the people have, they don't have no sick time, so they can't afford to call in sick. Okay, the child gets sick at home. The child has to the parents gonna have to take a chance and leave the child home by themselves because they can't afford to call in because they don't got no sick time. You don't understand the gravity of the situation. That's what I keep saying. You guys live in a fantasy world where you make the rules which no one follows. Where the hell y'all been all this time? You didn't realize how important it was to get to have the support of each other? Now it's such a big deal. This is the point where, like I said before in the previous video, we are out of time. This little experiment right here I'm seeing on YouTube, and it is an experiment, by the way. I'm watching it, and I'm not the only one watching. Believe me when I tell you this. The Europeans, they're watching it too, and they're taking note. You better believe they're taking note, and everybody else also is taking note. They're watching how you respond. They're watching who's gonna support you, who won't support. They're watching all this stuff. And you guys talk this talk. We're ready for nation building. How and when? You're not serious. This little endeavor right here on YouTube showed me. And I'm pretty sure more stuff is going to unfold throughout the year. First it was the gender war, African American females flagging down African American males channel, and now some of those guys get the channels back now, so they're back talking the same stuff they was talking before. Now they're emboldened. Before they was going to talk nothing but apparel. Now they're emboldened to start talking the same stuff they was talking about. Listen, man, a lot of you guys are weak, man. I already saw right through your character, man. A lot of you guys are weak. You really are. You don't have any type of testicular fortitude. You really don't have it. I mean, when it comes down to, like I said before, a little pressure, just a little pressure, and a lot of you guys fold like a deck of cards. A wet deck of cards at that. But I know that might offend some people, but it is what it is. I'm paying attention. Like I said, I'm not the only one who's sitting back and taking notes. You better believe I'm not the only one. So just sitting back, this reminds me of a couple years back when the EBT had that malfunction. That's what they said. And all the people out in the street, mainly African American females, out there protesting, who's going to take care of my baby? Who's going to give my baby food? That's supposed to be your job, not the government. You see, everything that happens is not just by accident. You got to understand that it's something bigger. You're looking at the surface. That's why you have to have an analytical mind. Why is this happening right now? What's the real reason? Don't look at the effect. You got to study the causes. What's the cause? Look deeper. I'm not going to tell you. You got to figure it out for yourself. But like I said, I'm just laughing at this situation now because I think it's quite comical how you comparing your subs to Europeans and what they need to do and what they should do, and come on family, and you just don't get it. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go.